Dun, dun. I can't with these conditions. What's going on over here? Mm, yeah, let's see if it works. Somehow I don't think it will. Hold on. Wait. Mm, wait. Throw your hands in the air if you're a true player. It worked. I can see comments. I don't know how many people in there, but I can see dead people now. Move this back over. Yeah, I can see dead people. Greetings. I see you, Olivia. I can see the comments now. Oh man, this is going to be a game changer. Let's see if I can see it this way. Somebody say something. Somebody leave a comment. Give me a comment right quick. I am testing the limits. Mm, I can't see them in multi-stream though. Hold on. Let's see. Um, TikTok here. Multi-stream. Let me see. Testing. Yeah, I'm experimenting. Give me I'm just not happy unless I'm experimenting. So here I get it on there, and here I get nothing. Don, type a message in the comment section, Don. Uh, get a message up. Give me a message in the live screen. Okay. Guess I can't get them that way. I have to go back over here. And now, and now, where's the popcorn at? Greetings, salutations, welcome, welcome. All right, let's get it. It is that time of the evening. It is that time of the evening. It is exactly 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. If your clock says anything else, you need to reset your clock. That's what's up. We are right on time. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to Conversations with TNathan. I am your host, Jay. Shut up. I am TNathan. I am the host, and since it's just 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time, if you're here, you're listening to Conversations with TNathan. All right, good, good, good. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Everyone had a great day. Oh, hold on. Oh, there we go. Instagram. We are live. Yeah, I had to get live on Instagram. I was sitting here running my mouth, and it's all Jay's fault. And I'm late. I'm late today. Well, I'm on time. I'm not late. I was gonna blame it on Don, Chief of Security, but yeah, I'm not late. I'm on time. How's everyone doing? Um, you're at work. My doc, my doc is late. I can take these off for a minute. I don't have any. We're not gonna watch any videos tonight. I don't think. If we do, oh well. Um, we'll get it. So, how's everybody doing? How do y'all feel? How y'all feel today? On this the 18th day of February. This Tuesday on the 18th day of February. 18 days in February plus 11 is the 28th day of this era. I haven't even decided what to call this era, but we'll figure that out later. Um, another interesting day. Another interesting day. What's up, Cam? I see Cam came in. Um, so where do we start? Where do we start? In the last video, I asked a question, and I wanted to know, what do you all feel? Do you all feel secure in the knowledge that this current administration has cut off our access to the World Health Organization, has withdrawn us from the World Health Organization? And I was telling somebody today that they didn't understand that the United Nations is responsible for the creation of the World Health Organization that took place in 1948 officially. That the United Nations came online in 1945. And they created it because they wanted nations to have inputs on diseases around the world, how to intervene, how to stop the spread of these diseases, because we live on a planet that you can't leave. So we have a vested interest in making sure that diseases and viruses and other bacterial outbreaks anywhere, we really are focused on it. And this guy, you might have saw the video because he was telling me that the United States paid this much money for, which is a lie. And then plus their budget is biennial, which is every 2 years, biennial. So when you put that $2 billion together was only 1 point. It's for 2 years. It's for 2 years. $1 million. Did I say million? Did I say because it comes out to be like 800 and some $1 million per year. If that, it comes out to be like $600 million per year, which the government's budget for the military comes out in billions of dollars. But he was talking about that, it was a money pit. And I was like, do you understand the government budget for last year, for 2024, was $6.75 trillion? That's what I hear that, Elon Musk and Doge, and they're talking about how much money they're cutting from fraud and waste and abuse they've found, right? Out of $6.5 trillion, out of $6.5 trillion, we're supposed to be jumping up and down for a couple of $100 million that you can't really say where you're cutting them from. But we do know where you're cutting jobs from. And do you understand what the potential of a loss of a tenth of the 2 million people workforce for the United States government? Just a tenth of that would be 200,000 people. 200,000 people have the potential to be put out of work. And you see they had to hire back some people that work for the FDA because they were handling the bird flu outbreak, and they're scrambling trying to hire them back. They had to hire back some people that work for the nuclear regulatory agency because people didn't show up for work that have jobs that you require somebody to be there. Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy that we are listening to a man in the Oval Office say, "I might get some things wrong. Y'all gonna have to bear with me." President Musk, President Elon Musk is talking about cutting 75% of the workforce of the government. Do you understand how many million? That's 1.5 million people. Are we for real? Are we for real? Yeah, we're for real. But yeah, those are the things that are happening. We had what's up, Sleep Comic? We had a big midnight. We had a big midnight go in, and then we come back, and that's what we get. That's what we get. Hold on. Bum 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 bum. Okay, it's 21. Doge, Department of Governmental. Call it dog e. I call it dog e. Everything besides police, I'm sure. Listen, they have not what the largest waste you could find would be in military budgets. But you know that what we haven't gone into. Yeah, Doge hasn't. Why don't you start with the military? Why don't you start with the military? No, because Doge's headmaster, President Musk, has all his contracts with the Department of Defense. Since every right wing libertarian just describes a police state with no limitations on corporation. Yes, true that. Good evening. I so love your content. Thank you. I'm humbled and honored, Amanda. You're listening to TNathan on the GCPR network across the world and in Europe and Africa. On the GCPR in the United States, you can catch me on all my platforms on 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. And just remember, I'm never late. No matter what Jay says, I am never late. And I log out right on time. I never hold up DJ. Yeah, I never hold up DJ. Everyone say hello to my grandmother. My grandmother is in the comment section. Grandmother, why are you up so late? Why are you up so late? My grandmother's up late tonight. Unless you off tomorrow. Yeah. My grandmother is up late, coming to see her grandson. All love. And don't listen to can't sleep. Okay, well you can hang out. Don't listen to anything Olivia says though. As a matter of fact, you should block Olivia. You should never listen to anything Olivia has to say about me. All right, because I didn't do it. Whatever it is, I didn't do it. Because I'm not talking about grandmother. I'm talking about you. So you blame me for being late and Olivia for logging off too late. Listen, you got to get in where you fit in, all right? You got to do your part for the revolution. Sometimes you got to take a stray. You got to do your part for the revolution. Greetings. What's up, Gracie? Greetings from the desert in Arizona. Yeah. I saw my nephew just sneak in. What's up, nephew? Y'all be able to see us all and see us together in Selma, Alabama, March the 5th through the 10th. Nephew is going to be in charge of all the videos. So if it's any video you don't like, just tell nephew you didn't like it. Yeah, nephew is going to be in charge of the video. I think he's going to be in charge of video. Yeah, we're gonna document everything we do and where we go, and you all will be able to join us. We'll be going live from Selma also. We'll be going live from Selma throughout the day, and of course at the show at night, wherever we're staying. Hopefully they have good Wi-Fi. We'll be going live, so you'll be able to share the experience with us. I'm over snow. I just want to officially say that my this is my third year living in Kansas, and I am thoroughly over snow. I'm over it snowing. See, most of the time when you go somewhere, when I would go somewhere, it had already snowed. So it was like, like when we went to Aspen, when it was already snow. It was nice. It was all that. It was beautiful. Yeah, no, no, no. I'm over it snowing. Yes, I'm over it snowing. I'm over it. It has just gotten worse every year I've been here as far as snow. Yeah. Winter weather advisory means that, and if you know me, also it's the idea that this is very hard on homeless communities for me also. So yeah, yeah, we need to come up with something else. We definitely need to come up with something else. Climate change is breaking winter. Not gonna lie. Yep. But I'm just over snowing too. I don't care where it was. Yeah. I didn't know I didn't like snow. I mean, I didn't know I didn't like snowing. It's the snowing part that is the problem. It is the part because if it was just on the ground and it was like, okay, no, I told him today. I said, if you fall out there and try to make a snow angel, they'll find you in the spring. They will find you in the spring. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Cause I'm not coming out there and getting you. You're just gonna be out there, snow angel, frozen in place when the snow melts in the spring. It's snowing over here. I blame you. Yeah, no, you can't blame me. You can blame me for heat, but yeah, no, I'm over the snow. So that's it. So I was curious. I was curious. How do you all feel? How do you all feel? And I know how we generally feel as revolutionaries, but to how do you feel in your gut watching these things and not just how they're going to egg prices are have gone up, inflation has gone up, and it's so funny watching people when you say it's only been 3 weeks and you've almost cut 200,000 jobs in 3 weeks, and you mean you couldn't come across and do any executive orders to get some eggs? You could get eggs cheaper in Mexico than you can in the United States. Yeah, 77 here in Arizona. Yeah, Gracie, don't talk to me. Yeah, if If you had been here a couple of more times, you probably would have got a lap for that. I might have given you a 5 second break for that, but I'm gonna let you make it this time. And be telling me it's 77 degrees somewhere, and it's 10 degrees here with snow. You can get a lot of stuff cheaper in Mexico. But I'm just saying that if you Chile wanted to, I'm talking about egg prices specifically. If you wanted to lower egg prices, you could not threaten to put tariffs on eggs coming from Mexico. Yeah, one, but feels like negative 17. I don't even know what that means. You get to like, it feels like negative 17. Everything below freezing feels the exact same to me. Everything, when you say below freezing, I feel like I will die if I stay in it too long, no matter what it is. Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like walking from the doorway to the car in below freezing temperatures, it's a possibility I could die. Yeah, I feel all of it. It's like it could be 0 degrees Kelvin if you know what the Kelvin scale is. Same thing to me. What's up, Robert? Negative 50 feels kind of different than negative 10. Like I say, I won't know because it all is torture to me. It is all torture. It feels like I'm staying in the house always. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Yeah. 2 degrees feels like negative 15. Look, I'm going to tell you something. Um, 33 degrees feels like negative 15 to me. I mean, it just gets to a point. It's like, oh, he has an ulterior motive. There's no saving us because he kept his ass on Super Bowl. listen, listen. It's the idea that we're talking about cutting government, and making it efficient, right? But all we're really talking about is firing people, and I want to see how efficient we talk about making the government when I see the budget requests. We're about to have a budget showdown in March, right? We're about to have a budget showdown in March, and I want to see how weak the Democrats act. I guarantee you the Democrats are going. I'm going to come on here screaming about how weak the Democrats are. Yep. I hope they're listening and they prove me wrong. But I'm not. I'm not holding out hope for it. I know the Democrats are weak, and they're not going. They're not. They're just opposition. The Democrats are just the opposition party right now. They're not the resistance party. Yeah, I'm a born and raised Chicagoan that lives in Texas. When this state closes down, when it gets cold, Mississippi, 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 and I've been to Germany. I've been all over the world. I've been in cold climates temporarily for a long time. It's not just the cold here; it's the snow falls. Like you say, something about that temperature where snow falls is not quite froze, so the snow falls, and then when it froze, it gets colder, and then you got this white piece of marble frozen that you can literally walk on and sink on at the same time. And if you fall in it, you're there until the fall, until the spring. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Icy streets. No. Mm-mm. Uber driver. I'm gonna tell you, I get in the Uber and the driver, he's like, "Oh, wait, I don't care. Just give me that safe. I don't care. I'm not driving. I'm not driving. Um, I when I clean the car off for Bay to go to work, when I clean the car off, I hate snow on the top of the vehicle. Other people be driving around and they clean the windows off, but they have the snow on the top of the vehicle. Me and the snow on the top of the vehicle, we have beef. Yes, me and the snow on top of the vehicle, I beef with it. Yep, it be frozen. It be like frozen up there. An inch of snow just frozen on top of the car. No, I beef with it. Yep, yep. How people will live there. Yep, me and the snow be beefing. I'm in St. Louis and it's snowing like crazy. I leave that to beef with the wind. Nope, I had beef with it because it's gonna fall down at the most inopportune moment. Yeah, I'm beefing with it. Yep. I also learned not to just throw hot water on snow when it's on a windshield. Yeah, I learned that. Yeah, my thing was I was just gonna boil a hot pot of water and throw it on there. And I know the science of frozen stuff and hot stuff coming in contact, but windows supposed to be stronger than that. Yeah, yeah. But I did pour it on. But you can't pour it on the top. By the time it gets to the windows, it's not cold. Yeah. But anyway, that seems like it'll be working, right? I get mad sometimes and just throw hot water out in the snow in the backyard just to watch it melt. Yeah, I'm beefing with snow. Friend, you are a research person. Look up the blizzard of 1979. We still went to school. Where? In Chicago? That's because you all are not. That's because you all got that hawk. I have a house in. I have a my brother is lives in Chicago. Yeah, yeah. That's because you all have a hawk coming out Lake Michigan. Yeah, you all are used to living under a hawk. Yeah, I don't visit. I don't visit in the winter. Went there one winter and got trapped for 2 weeks. And by trap, I mean it was just too cold for me to get to the airport because it was too cold for me to walk from the house to the car to go to the airport and then walk. Yeah, it was too cold. I had to wait 2 weeks. It was ice on the road. No, I'm good. It's my brother's house. Not like you're gonna throw me out. Yeah, that was when we got along. We don't get along now. Illinois had a breed lizard in 2011 3 point. I remember 2018 or 19. Y'all had yeah, older people were dying in their homes. I remember that because we raised money for Chicago one year. I know we raised money for Texas the year that that Ted Cruz ran off to Mexico. We did a marathon for that, but we raised some money for some charities in Chicago to get some heating services from older people, and then we turned around and raised money for air conditions for older people that summer too, because that summer they were dying of heat stroke. 18, we had a big one in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Yeah, Chicago weather take your breath away. You literally Chicago weather. They be like, let's go downtown on the magnificent. Let's not. Let's not. Yeah, I walking downtown. I'm going to Garrett's because I love Garrett's popcorn. So I'm going to Garrett to get some Chicago mixed popcorn. And yeah, it was like the hawk was like waiting for me, and it didn't get me when I walked out the house because it know if it would have got me when I walked out the house, I would have walked back in the house. No, it gets me as we are walking from the parking lot to the Garrett's, and it got me, and it was like, yeah, it was cold. It's not that bad here. Where you at, Tom? You in Chicago? I need it moderate. 72s and can't be too hot or too cold. Yeah, that's me too. Uh, I'm talking. I need it at 80. I need to be on the safe side. I need 80-degree weather. Yep, I need 80-degree weather. That's me. And it's so strange because I love hoodies. So I love cold weather fashion. I just don't like cold weather. It's like when people ask you, and like, cause I drink lemonade, I drink cold drinks and all in the winter, and they be like, "You gonna drink that and it's so cold?" I was like, "It's not like I'm living outside. Spring can't come fast enough, right?" And then I need right. I'm a tropical. It's in my DNA. I evolved, tropical climate. I need tropic. I need to run around in a loincloth. That's the kind of weather I want. I want loincloth running around in weather. Yep. Sign me up. Sign me up. My loincloth and I have my little thing across my chest where my phone is. Yeah, I'm good. Yep. Warm weather. How's the weather in Virginia? Thinking about moving there. I heard it was horrible. Hey, listen, I was in DC with my brother with Jay, um, and we actually went to a protest. I went to a protest in the winter when I was there, and I'm gonna tell you something about me. Protests get me hot. It don't matter. That's one thing. The weather does not matter. I've been to protests in the rain. I've been to protests when it's cold. If it's a protest, I'm all down for it. Cause if it's too cold, I'm setting something on fire anyway. I'm setting something on fire. Be it dumpsters, be it dumpsters. Well, if it'll burn, we setting it on fire if it's too cold. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you the good thing about cold weather and tear gas is the effect is not as bad as when it's hot. When it's hot, the tear gas stings more because it mixes with your sweat and it drowns out your eyes. When it's cold, nah, it's not the same. Yes, grandmother is in Virginia. My grandmother's in Virginia. She can tell you how horrible the weather is today. Yeah. So that's it. That's for all you novices at protesting where there's tear gas. Just remember, in the winter, and carry milk with you all. If you're going to protest and you're going to really protest and you're really going to get down, carry some milk with you. Have somebody in charge of milk. Uh, the little, if you don't have to carry a whole gallon unless you got a backpack like I do sometimes. But I find just carry you a pint of milk, and that works good if you're in a group. Now, if you're by yourself, you might want to carry more than a pint, because sometimes you have to pour milk on people that came out here and didn't expect to have tear gas. What do y'all be thinking? It's all fun and games until I put the gas mask on. Right. My toast is sore from yelling. Your throat is sore from yelling. Tear gas is tear gas, bro. Okay, Jeff. Who said it wasn't? Did anybody say tear gas wasn't tear gas? Hmm. So just be wondering. Just be wondering if what I'm saying actually comes across the airways. I've been wanting somebody to tape my show and then play it back to me so I can know if what I said is what actually you all heard. St. Louis has bipolar weather. I can handle anything except Chicago and New York. What's going on, Rodriguez? We're doing good. We're just chilling. Tonight I just felt like chilling. I was asking questions, but we're going to deal with I've been laughing all day because I've been talking about how weak world leaders are in the face of Donald Trump, and I was like, why is everybody just acting like it's normal for the United States to be in Saudi Arabia talking to Russia about a ceasefire with the Ukrainians, and nobody from a Ukrainian delegation is there. Nobody from Europe is there. You got Saudi Arabia playing mediator between the United States and Russia about how they're going to come to a ceasefire deal in the Ukraine. And people are just acting like, and they make excuses. I'm gonna tell you another problem. Wrong. What's up, Cuban? I didn't see Cuban. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what's wrong. Right? It's the idea that these people are appeasing a dictator, a bully, and don't even realize it. It's like they realize it, but they're scared to do anything about it. I'm telling you, the only one I respect is China's president right now, and Putin is playing. All you gotta do is stroke Donald Trump's ego. Putin has realized that every conference, I mean every interview I watched after they met today. And listen, we got a wealth fund now. Donald Trump created a wealth fund for the country. So I was asking myself, why is the wealth fund manager of Russia there in Grenada to talk about peace accords? And then I realized, I say it makes sense because the Ukrainians are going to be bullied into turning over their precious metals to get this ceasefire deal, right? And to realize that the threat of not joining NATO, I'm telling you, Europe is going to pay the price. Europe is going to pay the price because the United States is going to go home. The United States is going to be like those white women that come out to protest and they get to go home and it doesn't touch them. The United States is gonna go home. They're gonna be like, Russia ain't coming across the Atlantic or the Pacific to get to us. You all got to deal with them. And they're so stupid. They're not in. They're not in on the negotiation process. And at this rate, you're gonna watch Russia. This man got on national TV and said that Ukraine shouldn't have started the war with Russia. Ukraine should not have started the war with Russia. Anybody? Anybody want to take that? The revisionism of history associated with how did you get there? Are we the only ones that remember Russia marching into Ukrainian territory and saying, "We here"? I just can't. As opposed to Zelensky, he just looking so defeated. He just looking so defeated. He's like, well, we got. But I think if Europe band together and took the lead and let Germany take the lead, Russia would be no problem for them. I think the Europe has gone to accustomed to America being there because we have set ourselves up, and we have a vested interest. Don't get me wrong, we do have a vested interest in Europe, and but they have gotten so used to us maintaining that vested interest from mutual assured from being mutually dependent, right? They're not coping well with a president that's willing to literally set everything on fire. Yeah, set everything on fire. Germany and France have very powerful tanks and fighters, so I mean, yeah, but France, listen, don't get me started on France. Listen, when has France won anything of war besides, and I count Napoleon, but since Napoleon, when has France won a war by itself? Or even, listen, what was the second country overrun by Germany after they marched through Poland? The French cooperated so bad that they came up with the French switched sides and became French Nazis. They had a French Socialist Party that Hitler propped up in France to run the country. Yeah, so France, yeah, and January 6th was just a little publicity tour. The demise of Ukraine has always been Trump's agenda. I think the destabilization of Europe works for both Trump and Putin. It works for Trump and Putin. Let Putin take as much as he wants because Putin just wants to restore the USSR or the CCCP, whatever one you want to call it. He wants to restore the borders of the Russian Empire that fell apart under Ronald Reagan. He wants all those countries, all those satellite countries, he wants them back. He's gotten Jordan, he's gotten Belarus, um, and he's going to get the portions that he cares about of the Ukraine. Because the Ukraine was part when they broke away from Russia. You remember they had a large supply of Russia's nuclear weapons were housed in the Ukraine. That's how the Ukraine came up with has such a large nuclear stockpile that I don't think that we understand that the importance of that to secure, but without turning it back over to Russia. But I also think that it works because they haven't maintained it. But you still don't want weapons grade uranium laying around because your missile system isn't good enough for delivery, because that's right up the alley of countries like Iran and North Korea. Do you think we have a mass departure of our current military with everything Trump is doing? Um, yes and no. I think we'll have a mass departure of those who make the military the moral instrument that it is, but we're going to replace it. We're going to replace it with loyalists, and there are a lot of country bumpkins that could have never got in the military as it is that are going to be able to get into the military under this administration. Sorry, I'm late. I'm not reading anymore. Sorry, I'm late. I was baking cinnamon rolls and monkey bread for the kids. Yep, tell us anything. Tell us anything. Listen, Steve, stop it. I have been meeting a lot of new Russian immigrants lately. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Ukrainians are Russians. I know they're Ukrainians, but remember they're Russians too, right? This is what gets me, right? Did you all hear about and it's tied together, I tie things together. So you all heard about the shooting that took place Sunday evening in Miami where the two Israelis were shot, right? Y'all heard about that. It went out, made national news, viral in a moment, right? Because two Israeli tourists were in the United States and they got shot in Miami. The guy shot into the random vehicle 17 times. Come to find out that the guy intended to shoot into the vehicle because he thought they were Palestinians. Not too much on my favorite tech stalker. He thought that the two Israelis were Palestinians. Now, this is the interesting part. the guy who was doing the shooting was Jewish. So the Jewish guy was trying to commit a hate crime against two Palestinians that turned out to be Israelis. But then, before they found out he was Jewish, the son of the Israeli guy, took to his social media account and typed out this whole thing and ended with to Arabs. Yeah, he called for the death of Arabs. I'm not good at trying to figure out on the fly how to say something in the colloquialism time. But I thought that was so hilarious that you couldn't tell this group of people apart in any way, shape, or form, though you actually wind up shooting 17 times into a vehicle that was actually populated by the people that you are a part of, because that's how despairing the two are. And the victims are okay with it. Listen, they they say the both was. I'm not reading any text messages that have nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now, and I'm getting tired of receiving them during this time. This better be something. I don't want to see any pictures of bread. All that could wait. All that could wait. I was on a serious topic right then. That could wait till later. So you get to the fact that that's the hate, and I titled the video "The Hate You Give." And if you know what thug means and thug life, you're the hate that you give. But it's the idea that this hate exists. And so before all this filed, you had the Anti Defamation League calling for hate crimes charges against the shooter. The shooter thought that he was voluntarily committing a hate crime against the Palestinians, and you find out they all Israeli. How deep is your psychosis of hating that is the first thing you saw without having any other evidence on the shooter? The son makes a message talking about death. He makes a message calling for the death of somebody who had nothing. It's a group of people who had nothing to do with him shooting. And the Anti Defamation League talking about this was an anti-Semitic attack. I also want to tell you all, everybody in, I know we talk about anti-Semitism, right? Technically, um, all Arabs are Semites. Yeah, all Arabs are Semites. Yeah, I can't. When I hear people talking about that, it is like you do understand that you all are not the only Semites, right? The whole region is Semites, but we have also gotten to the point where we have allowed the 1984 double speech to take place, and now we only think of, and when we talk of anti-Semite or anti-Semitic behavior, we are automatically associated with just the descendants of Israel. So I know I don't even see how this live is still up. I don't know how my live is still up because we're only at 2,000 likes, and I'm using the word Semite. So if this gets done, it's on. It's I don't know why. I don't know why, but yeah, because we're not getting enough likes to get it up to the point. I'll still be on the radio, but yeah, TikTok doesn't like me talking like that. ADL slacking, I guess. Yeah, all of them. Will they go around in circles? Yeah, right. But I guess I should do a messy TikTok. Why don't I do messy? You don't want me to do messy TikTok? No, I won't. No, don't worry about it. I was just kidding and being sarcastic at the same time. Because if I did that, I can probably get 10,000 likes. But promise you, I will take to doing this show in my boxers. How's that? Would that get it? At the end of the day, it really saddens me. The state of understanding, the state of discussion is saddening because it's going to take black radicals and radicals from other marginalized groups to right the ship, but no one wants to listen to it until it's too late. Everybody wants us. Everybody wants black radicals and to work miracles when all along they were telling you how to do this, and we were more interested in everything except that. I'm serious. If I'm thinking about taking the next thing to Mars, uh, the messier, the more likes, unfortunately. Yeah, because I think it reminds me of Rome. It reminds me of the Roman Colosseums, and one of the things that I notice about people with low intellect is that they can easily be distracted from things that are going on by games and games that distract them, like the Colosseum. That was the whole thing about the Caesars, especially the Caesars. They understood that, and that's what when people told you talk to me about distractions when I'm talking about issues, and they say don't get distracted. I'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because you're distracted by a game or something that has no bearing on the actual or the pseudo intellectual conversations you all get involved in that have no bearing on moving the needle away from the edge of the cliff. And that's important. So when the needle gets to that point, and then all of y'all ask yourselves, how do we get here? It's just like right now. And I'm saying, you say, how do we get here? I can walk you through each step that we took. Well, not we, but I watched people take that got us right here. I can walk you through it. I can start back at the dismal withdrawal. I can actually start back at the election of Joe Biden and walk you through every step that we were sounding the alarm on of how we got here. And nobody listens. Nobody listens. Nope. Nobody listens. Give them bread and circuses. Let them eat cake. And then all of a sudden everybody wants you to do something about it, but to do something about it now requires radical surgery, and most of y'all don't have the stomach for radical surgery. You all still try to believe that there's some kind of fucking way that you can talk your way out of this with people who are getting what they wanted. What's up, TK? We shouldn't have elected him, but he was the compromise. Just like I say, after that point, they compounded. It just compounded. It rolled over into compound. After South Carolina, when he hadn't won a primary. And I'm like, and at the point, I'm also a person that's a realist. After he became president, he all he had to do was do what he said he was going to do, be a transitional president. But I got people out here when I'm saying that talking about they'll vote for Biden's head in a jar. I haven't forgot that, and I think every one of y'all who said that was operationally delusional. Because I still got how many minutes I got before I can say the F word in a row. I think you're operationally stupid. I mean, yeah, okay, I said it. It's stupid. I said it. But that was the thing. Instead of making a decision that would be have some validity, y'all were voting for Biden's head in the jar. Yep. And 15 minutes, thank you. Somebody, because I have a lot I have a lot of F's I need to say in a row because what I'm holding back. And then you get to this point where you expect miracle. And it's the same thing. I don't take anything from Kamala Harris. I didn't like the fact she disappeared for 6 weeks, but hell, at the end of the day, I thought about it. I would go on and disappear because people disappeared on you. Um, at the end of the day, phenomenal for 105 days campaign, but she should have had a year and a half to campaign. But the egotistical cravings of mediocre white men and the people who back, we should start a show the egos of mediocre black men, white men, and the people who love them. Because if you all think I've forgotten, don't think I've forgotten. I'll be seeing people now coming in here and be like, "Yeah, TNathan, yeah, go TNathan." You know I have eidetic memory, right? So I remember the comments when it wasn't go TNathan. It was like I didn't know what I was talking about. I remember. I just don't call you all out. I remember those comments. That's why some people don't come here now. Because I remember those comments that you all made telling me I didn't know what I was talking about, even though it was turning out exactly like we said it would. We remember that. We remember that. And that's why a lot of people don't come here. because they're waiting for me to call them out. But I think part of the best thing is you realize you were wrong, and that's why I said I don't follow white liberals anymore. I never really did, but I tried to give them some leeway. But no, nope. That's why we don't, because y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You all hold on to your whiteness so much that even in the face of black people telling you all something, you still have a certain amount of bias in you that it's like people, bruh, yeah, yeah, bruh, that's good. That's a number one. I'm not your bruh, and you still don't. You're about to say but to something I said, so that means you don't get it. You don't get it. Kumbaya. I keep saying, why are we trying to play kumbaya with people who want us dead? And what do y'all keep doing? Playing kumbaya with them. Some people say he would have won if he didn't drop out. Some people really out of touch. People really out of touch. People didn't realize that no matter what, the withdrawal from Afghanistan was dismal. It reminded me of all the shows I saw when we were withdrawing from Vietnam and Seoul. Yep, remind me of all those. The same kind of deckable associated with the Vietnam War. And even and that would have still that was the only good thing is like she tried to, and I think she could have. I said this. It would have been a nice campaign if she would have separated herself from Joe Biden's mistakes and embraced the things that they did, but acknowledged that these were bad. I'm not standing on that, and we're going to do. And but I also think the Democrats going forward have to stop running against Donald Trump and start running on what they're going to do. They have to start running on what they're going to do because they're just running in opposition to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is running rings over them. This man is cutting federal jobs. This man is cutting federal programs. This man is acting a whole ass fool on the world stage. And the Democrats are playing catch up instead of saying, hey, capitalizing on the moment and saying, how are we going to get back to stability? Everybody in this country know who Donald Trump is, whether you like him or you're not, polarized or not. You know who he is now. I just do that. I just be talking about him because I be laughing. I be laughing at the fact that people are. I laugh at MAGA supporters getting what they get. Yes, I do. But at the end of the day, I talk about plans on moving forward. Also, that's common sense. Yet somehow too much nuance for everybody. Right? Okay. Donald Trump cuts jobs. What are you going to do? Listen, and this is the thing. We're not even talking about 4 years from now. If you all don't make a move in the next couple of months to take capitalize on the midterm election coming up in 2026, yeah, it's over. If you all don't take back some seats in 2026, you all must be prepared to live under the Republican rule for a while to come. It's going to be Pax Americana Republican. Pax Americana Republic. Republica. My Latin was off. It's Republica. Pax Americana Republica. Even though Americana is kind of a Latin interpretation of America, but it's the best we got. It's the best we got. We need to get all old congressmen out and start over. And if the Democrats don't toughen up, they're old. I don't know if that'll work. What do you? I mean, I understand the desire, but you're not going. Number one, you don't have the ability to get all of them out to come the next election, and I don't know. I'm not an ageist on that level. I don't think it's the old is the problem. I think it's the idealisms, and there are some old people with good ideas. I'm sorry, even though I don't agree with everything Bernie Sanders says, I think he has more of a grip on how to make change than a lot of people do. Um, and then I also want the temperament of experience with education, and some of these young people don't have the experience necessary to even do anything but be the opposition. See, we just have too many oppositions and not enough resistance. But it still comes down to I need, and I think you all also look at the fact that you are making these your leaders, and they're supposed to be your representatives. So the ideas are supposed to be coming from the community, and the community is supposed to be electing a person to go and represent those ideas, not tell them what those ideas should be. It's the whole, and this is coming from somebody who does not even like democracy. I don't think democracy is a great governing tool on a country this large. I really don't. When the video I posted and the girl said that the Senate and the House do not control the purse, but Congress did. I technically should believe that should have been her. She should have lost her right to vote. ASAP Rocky was found not guilty of assault. Yeah, I know. I saw that. I saw that also. I saw the hug he gave Rihanna in court. Yeah, she stood by her man. Um, yeah, I don't. I think if you're going to do democracy, I think people need to understand it well enough to make it work in a way for themselves or temporarily, because until you divorce your democracy from your capitalism, you're always going to have the same system. But no, most people don't understand. You're supposed to be electing representatives. The ideas and your best interests are supposed to come from the community they represent, but we don't do that. We allow them to become leaders, and they're supposed to be just representatives, and that's a flaw. And that's a flaw because you need resistance, not opposition. I keep telling people that resistance and opposition are not the same thing. A lot of people think. A lot of people don't understand. They're just opposition. They're just talking about the issue. They're not out here in the streets with me resisting. They're not. Resistance is about action. Opposition is just talking. And resistance is education also. If you're educating the resistance and showing them how to be resistant, that's part of the resistance. Opposition just talks about what I do. The opposition just talks about, what we do. The resistance teaches you to do what we do. Too many of us has forgotten that. It's correct. And I think too many of us, Coco, didn't know it. I mean, it amazes me that we actually had Schoolhouse Rock. I was laughing at Cam because he was like saying he was glad he graduated freshman government. I was like, freshman government? We learned all this in Schoolhouse Rock. We learned how a bill becomes a law. We learned about the branches of government. Yeah, we knew that. And that's what I tell people. It is a failure. It is a failure. The Schoolhouse Rock is diabolical. That's dirty work. I know, but it's the truth. This looks like when people come around here talking about they don't know what pronouns are. I'll be like, well, I'm this and I'm that, and I don't use pronouns. You think pronouns are gay? Yeah, really? You really that stupid? You think the use of a pronoun, and then they'll say something like, don't believe in pronouns. And I'll be like, I is a pronoun, right? I mean, their ignorance is funny, but it's dangerous, and that's why I believe they should be thrown into active volcanoes. I, I just believe they should. We were on the steps with the people. Listen, listen. Wait, we were Bill. We were rooting for Bill. We were like, Bill got snatched up. Bill's on the way to Congress. Oh, Bill back to the Senate. Oh, Bill's in a committee. Bill was still saying, I know someday I'll be a law. Someday should pray that I will, but today I am still. We felt that. When Bill was singing, we felt that. We wanted Bill to get that name changed. We were fighting for Bill to become law. Yes, we were. But now, yep, he was giving us game. Right. What year was the release? Maybe he was the. He need you to stop. He wasn't big enough to be the crime bill. He wasn't built enough to be crime bill. He was little bill. He was little bill became little law. He was just telling us the process. Look, yeah, yeah. He wasn't the Second Chance Act either. We know he wasn't the 1965 Voting Rights Act either. He was none of those things. Yeah, he was. He was just, I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. He was probably housing and he was probably the busing bill. Yeah. Uh, I do my thing in action. Right. Verbs, action verbs, adjectives. Yeah, we had all that. But now people don't know what pronouns are. I just listen, listen. When I see somebody my age say something like that, like I say, y'all be entertaining these people, and I accidentally come into these lives. I told you I'm blocking. I think I'm gonna have to unfollow a lot of people, right? Because I don't want to be notified of the lives you all in. But I come into these lives, right, and somebody be say, introduce yourself, and they be like name, race, and pronouns, and they'll give their name. That's about the only part they get right. Then they'll go to their race, and they'll say something like, I'm Hispanic, and I'll be like, that's not a race. That's not a race, and they'll go right into where I don't really do the pronoun thing. And while saying I'm, and all that, they don't do pronouns. And I was like, the only thing you got right is your name, and I'm not even sure you got your name right. Not even sure you got your name right, because the other two seemed like they were just too insurmountable for you. I was like, yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe your name now. Yep. Conjunction, junction. What's your function? Hooking up phrases and clauses and junction. Hey. Yeah. All that. All that. Yeah. They don't get race right either. They say human. When you call them on it, that's what they do. That's what they do. I've never listen, and it's so funny to hear people say I don't see race, while the same people that said they don't see race are also the same people on this app talking about Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. There were no white people on on the field. I said, but you don't see race. How? What do you mean? You don't see race. So how did you know there were no white people out there? You don't see race. Yeah, isn't it? It was hilarious to me when I heard that woman say, "I don't," and I pulled a video up and say, "Yeah, you remember when you said you don't see race?" Well, okay. Well, how did you know that there was no white people on the field for Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance? There was some cameramen out there. All right, all right, all right. GCPR. Thanks for tuning in. I got to get out of here because I got to say the F word. I got to say it. So I'm gonna get out of here. And it's not even. I was gonna hope it was 11:01. I'm a hold to 11:01 so I can give you one before I go. But yeah, I can cuss in one. And as soon as it hits 11:01, I can cuss. I can cuss on the radio at 11:01. I can say the F word. Damn near looked like the NFL security was dragging. Fuck, 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 fuck. All right, GCPR. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Get that cuss. Gotta get that fuck in. I gotta give them a fuck before they go. Yeah. But yeah, fuck. Got it. Damn near. Damn near looked like it was so funny. It's just so. It's funny, even though it's tragic, and even though we know it's going to cost us in the future. It's still funny. I tell you, I will be laughing at racists and bigots as I beat them up. Yeah, as I beat them up, as I throw them into, I'm telling you, I am going to Selma, right? And I know this is horrible. It is horrible for me to say it. I know it's horrible. And I'm not doing it, I'm not wishing it because I know there are going to be a lot of people there that if it did happen, it would be just as Bloody Sunday in 65, right? But I really want to take my bat as we walk. I really do. I really want this to be a reverse. I really want that. I do. It's horrible of me. Everybody wants a peaceful march. I do. I only want a peaceful march because I know it's going to be a lot of older people there, and it's not going to be enough of us there to protect them. So that's the only thing. But man, I wish they would like I just wish they would. We tell the old folks, they let us handle this one, right? Let us have this march for just the first, just across the bridge one time, and they say, I want to march at midnight. See, that's how much trouble I want. I want to march at midnight. I want to march at a time we don't have a permit to march. Yeah, I do. I do. And for every drop of John Lewis's blood that was spilled that day, I want to bust one of them dead in the head. I want the television crews to catch this. I want because people don't realize. It's like when you realize LeVar Burton, when LeVar Burton talks about the amount of anger he has as a black man in this country, do you understand the amount of anger and rage that we would unleash if we didn't keep it in check? I tell people, you could douse us with gamma radiation and talking about we turn into some big unruly hulking monster, and no, we would still know how to control it. We would be like She-Hulk. We could turn into the Hulk and not and back to human form just by snapping our fingers. It wouldn't have to be. We control our rage so well that people just don't realize it. Whether it's Selma or another event, you will have the opportunity in the next year or two. Yeah, I've had the opportunity. Look, I've taken I've created the opportunity too. Trust me, they might have tear gassed us on the plaza, right? But they knew it. Some of them went home knowing it. I used to take a cane that transformed to a sword back in the day. I love. Mine does not transform; it stays that way. I just you see the design. It is just like the design. It looks just like the design, right? And it's dual edged and everything. This is this one, and then I have the ones on the wall. I have the ones on the wall, but I have it where you can do this, and yeah, yeah. I think about all that. I think about all that. What about Joe Fix It? You are what you are what you think, and you think nothing but racism. I don't think so. I don't think I am what I'm thinking because right now I'm thinking about which one of you, which I'm trying to think about whose son are you? I'm trying to think about that because I'm sure might be. I know who. Let me look at you. Let me see because I know your mama has been slobbing. Oh, you don't have any pictures up? Oh, that's you. That's you. You look like you. I think I know who your daddy is because I think it was your dad who was slobbing. Yeah, I think it was your dad who was slopping. But you look familiar. I don't even know why people like you are allowed a voice on TikTok with all your damn violence. Ask your grandparents. Why were they allowed to exist with all their violence? Ask your grandparents. I learned from the best. I learned from the best. You want to talk? You always want to come. Let me tell you something. See, this is how I know you're a bigot. See, I know this is how I know you're a bigot, Mike. There's some neo Nazis on this app. There's some Klan members on this app that hold lives, but yet instead you have found your way to my live when I am talking to my community about what we need to do to stand up to the violence that your community has perpetrated on my community. And your thing is all of a sudden that I'm the problem. I'm the problem because I'm teaching my community how to fight back against your community and even to have a good offense against your community. But Mike, I'm the problem. See that tells me you're not over at the neo and the clans that have these history of violence against marginalized community. No, 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 no. You don't have anything to say about the history of your great grandparents of lynching people who look like me just because they look like me. Oh no, you don't have anything to say about that. But you want to come in here thinking that I give a fuck about you calling me violent when I really want you to call me violent in downtown Kansas City. That's what I would like. Because unlike some of these friendly Negroes you used to, these get along Negroes you used to, these knee jerk Negroes you list to, I don't have any of those. I don't have any of those genes in my gene pool. I don't have any. I don't have any. All I got is dick, bubble gum, and that machete. And your mama and daddy done got all the dick I had. They chewed up all the bubble gum, so all left for you is this machete up here. So I don't know what to tell you. I want to tell you. Oh, whatever, dude. You just live to hate and you hate to live. Listen to me, right? I gotta. What do you mean? I hate to live? I live in guts every anytime I get ready. I live there. I live in guts. I live in guts. I don't have to stroll into some random black person's live and tell them they live in hate. I looked at your family, Mike. Your family looks like they are escapees from The Hills Have Eyes. Your Mike B. Your family is escapees from The Hills Have Eyes. What do you expect? I look at me, I look at you. I look at me, I look at you. I look at me, I look at you. And I realized why your mama uncle, your mom and your uncle are disappointed in the inbred offspring they created. I understand. I understand, Mike. I understand. But I still would throw you into an active volcano. Violence, belief. Mike, you have a degradation fantasy. I know it. You have a fetish with black men treating you bad because you're still here. You're still here, Mike. You look at him. Listen. Whatever, dude. I don't have time to argue with you. Live your life. I'm not arguing, Mike. I'm making an observation. Mike thinks I'm arguing. Who thinks I'm arguing with Mike? Mike, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you. You are the one who's proving my point. It's 11:09. Isn't your sister? Is she wet yet? Are you still working on it? I have a little piece of advice, Mike. I used to have a 3 inch dick when I was like a year old or something. I used to have a 3 inch dick then, and let me tell you, when they tell you it's not the motion of the ocean and all that, they lying to you, Mike. They lying. They just trying to make you feel better about yourself. Right, Coco. We're actually having fun. It's the dog's turn. We're actually laughing at you, Mike. Yeah, we actually laughing at you. You came in here. Mike came in here hot. Mike came in here. There's a black man with a red beard talking, and let me go tell him he is hate. He is rooted in hate. Mike, nobody care. No, nobody care about you, Mike. Yeah, I'll be in Selma March 5th through the 10th. I'll be in Selma. You remember? That was probably your grandfather who was on the bridge beating John Lewis. Yeah, not even top 100 races. I think the Mayo feels some kind of way. Don't you hate it when your Mayo feels? Listen, and like I said, they come in. Oh, you hate. You're nothing but hate. This is the same kind of man that would tell a woman that has been abused that her response to the abuser is rooted in her hatred. Y'all are special. They're so special. They're so special. And if they wasn't so dangerous because they all work in mass, it would be funny. It would be like, that little kid that just you'd be like, oh, isn't he so cute? And you'd be like, yeah. But if it's when it's thousands of them, they're not so cute. That makes you just want to say, how can I get them into the active volcano? Wait till I make a TikTok about him. You got his information, nephew? You captured his information? Mike. Mike. I feel like being petty. I'm gonna start working on a nice, not so nice video for Mike. Yeah, don't go do it. I don't care. I think it's funny. Mike is trolling for attention at 11:12 Eastern Central Standard Time because his sister is not wet enough right now. Yeah, he looking. His children don't even know he looking at them. He, they all none of the family know they looking at each other. They all eyes are going different ways. They don't know. They don't know. They are the living, walking embodiment of the hills that have eyes. gonna give people something to love about current events if you can't stand the so-called hate. Listen, listen. You remember when they would talk? They talk about. They always talk about. Don't be. It's just jokes. It's just jokes. It's just dark humor. Tom Hanks got on that stage at SNL's 50th anniversary, and you got them white people on the right going crazy. Tom Hanks put on that MAGA hat and mocked them, and all of a sudden, it's not jokes anymore. It's not dark humor, is it? Yeah, yeah. Hit too close to home. I was lit. I was him and Meryl Streep. Yeah, they had me laughing. I watched that clip just to laugh. All right, Jay home from work safely, y'all. We met our goal. Made sure Jay got home from work. Everybody home now. Everybody home, fam. Or you where you want to be? A family of five with three. A family of five with three teeth, and they got a molar, an incisor, and a canine, and they got to pass them around to do. God, I'm just doing five. I'm 5 minutes away from. Okay, we got to stay here till Olivia get home. Olivia, let us know when you get home. Isn't Trip trying to silence that comedian for tearing up? Yes, it's a joke. Listen, it's all well and fun until the rabbit get the gun. Yeah, rabbit got the gun. Ain't no fun no more. Nobody want to laugh. Nobody want to joke when the rabbit turning around on you. Listen, Tom Hanks held a mirror up to MAGA supporters, and they lost their shit. I'm just saying, it's giving Dusty Mayo Sweet. He lost his shit when he did that, and I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious, and I was loving every minute of them being upset. Take him an hour to eat a pizza. Listen, listen. They all can't eat their meal at the same time if they went out to what Denny's. When they go to Denny's, they gotta each take turns eating everything. Yeah, they hear. You know it's funny. You know it's true. You know it's true. And then you wait till you offend. He can't stand the hit to his ego. He's the weakest link. Yeah. He said he gonna pray for you. Who said he gonna pray for me? Who praying for me? Mike? Mike praying for me? Listen, what was that with Bull Connor? Told Mike don't know Mike out here casting spells. Mike, you know you casting spells. You casting spells for me. You gonna pray for me. See, that's what I'm talking about. You out here thinking that there's something wrong with me that you got to enlist your God to handle. What about my consent, Mike? That's a violation of my consent. So you're perfectly fine with violating my consent. Okay. Why would he come for you knowing your family don't play? Mike out here violating my consent. He gonna force me. He gonna force me to be what he want me to be. See, that's what I'm saying. They do these things and they don't realize the natural progression of their ego. Like, Isn't God busy? Isn't your God got a lot to do? You gonna ask your God to stop taking care of the universe to come around here and just change me because you offended by what I said. You talk about the centering and the egoness. That's a super ego move. That's a super ego move. Little old me, little old me has you so bent out of shape that you got to go get your big brother God. You got to go get your sky daddy, who also is your uncle. Yeah, you got to go get your sky daddy. Yeah, okay. Yep, yep. The unmitigated gall. he, right. He gonna go. Let me get right. His sky daddy coming by to center himself. That's what you do. And then when you talk like this, they get mad. They get mad. How dare you? You know God is the reason you did. Well, what was your God 400 years ago? That's what I need. That's what, can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? What was your God 400 years ago? Yeah, I ain't got no. Your God hasn't answered a black person's prayer since we were dragged across the Atlantic and taught about it. Because you mean to tell me all those prayers about getting out of slavery that he didn't answer, and you all of a sudden you want us, you want us to be enamored with the idea? Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't get me started. Everybody's important, bro, including little old you. Oh, that's so. Little old you is so patronizing. You want to say boy. You really want to say nigga. That's what you want to say. Because everybody's important, bro. Well, why are you here? Why are you still here, Mike? And we haven't even blocked you. I'm not in. I'm not gonna block you because I realize you have a mental condition. Here we go. This is the part I like. See, Mike, Mike, you are fitting all the criteria. When I said that, what'd you go? You need to know my family. So you are now throwing your family under the bus because you need to justify your behavior. So first thing, you throw your family on the bus. See, Mike, I've been talking about you. I haven't been talking about your family except your uncle, daddy, and your aunt, sister, your mother. You just turn everything to bad, like I'm after you or something. Mike, where are you? You're in my life. And did I miss that? Hey, did I miss? Am I in Mike's live? Did TikTok actually shift me to Mike's live? Anybody? Yeah, Mike playing victim. That's what they do. So why is he talking about you if he doesn't know you? Why you praying? Why you gonna pray for me, Mike? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Yeah, Mike praying for me, y'all. Mike praying for me because he needs me to be fixed. He needs to be fixed because I need to know his family. I need to know his family. And then I would say that Mike didn't come in here hot. Mike didn't come in here. He don't know if he. Obviously, Mike is trying to insinuate that he has some black in his family, or somebody has fetishized the black person in his family, and they have black children or something. I should know that. I'm sure, Mike, you have a member of the LGBTQ in your family. You probably have adopted a child from Gaza. Mike, there's so many, I'm sure you think you fit the criteria, Mike, but I just remind you, Thomas Jefferson had children with the 14-year-old Sally Hemings that he was in relationships with, and he didn't free her. He was her master. So, you know, I don't know. I know what you're after here, Mike, but how could we see his family with all those white hoods? Mike came in here telling me I'm hate when while ignoring the hate. I bet Mike hangs out with people at his job, right, that tell racist jokes. I haven't told one racist joke since you've been in here, Mike. Not one. I'm, tell me what I said that wasn't true about the history of enslavement and Jim Crow and the civil rights movement and yesterday in this country. What did I say that wasn't true? All right, y'all have a good night. I'm going to get out of here. Bye, Mike. Mike doesn't want education. Mike wants self validation. Mike wants to feel like it's just like the video I made when the girl was talking about Kendrick Lamar and talking about what has he done for his community. Mike thinks I need him to tell me how to behave for my community. Like we need to explain and justify why we feel the way we do. And when the history of this country is the reason we feel the way we do. And self-righteous individuals like Mike who believe that the answer to the problem is to pray it away. Yeah, Mike, it requires work. It requires action. And keep your prayers. Pray that your next child doesn't turn out to manifest all the genotypes of inbreed. Yeah, tell them again. This is not the airport. you didn't. We didn't ask about your arrival. We don't care about your departure. He can now. He can now. Y'all helped him. How much time? I made it home safely. Now it's time to relax and get my happy brownies and short. All right, you all. Olivia's home. Jay is home. Those are my things. I like to make sure they make it home before I sign off for the night. You all have a good one. Um, Snowbound. Remember, we are going to Selma, Alabama. If you would like to assist in the trip, then here's the Cash App, or you can go to the Beacon link. There's a GoFundMe link there. Any assistance would be greatly appreciated. We're going to be there anyway, no matter what. Um, we haven't got to the point where I'm gonna need to be stripping on X. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Some people know what I mean when I say that. Some people don't. They think it's a running joke with me. But I'm gonna tell you this: true revolutionaries and activists are not on X naked or jacking their. Anyway, that's not what we do. But I will see. Good night. Stay safe, everyone. Right? Yeah, I'll be 39 this Thursday. I'm ready for. All right. Make sure you come back on the show on Thursday so we can wish you a happy birthday, goddess. Mad King, where you been? Mad King just coming in. Paradise was tonight. Yes, Paradise was tonight, and we are going to watch. We'll watch it. We'll watch it. Y'all want to watch it tomorrow? We'll watch a new episode of Paradise. Paradise. I would have watched it tonight, but we had to stay on, make sure everybody got home. Oh, okay. You working late? Okay, but yeah, we'll definitely catch up. We got some things to catch up on. Let me see. Let me tell you what I got in the queue. Real quick, I'll tell you what I got in the queue, what I purchased. Okay, yeah, we got a new. Let me see how many episodes of Paradise I got that we haven't watched. So, okay, the last episode of Paradise we watched was the one where Billy got killed, right? At four. So I got two of them then. I thought, did we watch four episodes or five? We watched four. Biff, because I haven't watched it since then. We watched the first four. Did we watch all the way? We watched the first five episodes, didn't we? Yeah, because in the episode, let me see. I think we watched all the way up to five, but we watched up to five. We got episode six, and I don't know if you all want to. How many episodes is Paradise supposed to be? Anybody know? Should I look it up? Somebody look it up. I could look it up. Is it going to be an 8 episode season or is 10 episode season? Eight? Okay. What's the name of the movie with SZA and yeah, I do. It's called One of Them Days. I do have One of Them Days. Yeah, yeah. So we got six, seven, and eight coming up. Either we can either watch six this week or we can just wait and watch 3 episodes on binge. Y'all got yeah, I got one of those days. I got that also. Um I'm really, and I also want to get into Watson. If y'all don't know the new Morris Chestnut vehicle, a Watson, I want to watch that and see how it is also. But I like to wait for my family to start these things because then you know if if we can know if it has something going on. And then movie wise, other movies, um, mm, I don't see anything. And we're also going to watch Judas and the Black Messiah again because I want people to watch that. Or I might watch the documentary. I still haven't figured if I'm gonna watch the documentary. I find a good episode of the documentary. We watched six. We still need to see seven and eight. I remember watching six. Hold on, let me pull it up. I remember the last one I watched. The last one I showed was five because six just came out. Six just came out today, and I didn't. I haven't watched. Watson is starting off pretty good. Remind me of another show, but I won't say it. House. Does it remind you of House? Yeah, because when I saw the premise, the first thing I thought of was House, and I used to love House. I used to love House. Until it's those shows like House. It the first four seasons were great. The others they were good, but they didn't have that. They had it But yeah, I want to watch Watson. So family, y'all prepare this week. We'll watch a couple episodes of Watson. See if we're gonna watch all of it, and we'll watch. We got Judas and the Black Messiah, and we got some other things coming. All right. House was a good show. All right, y'all. Let's get out of here. I know you all. I don't know how many people are snowed in. How many people got snow on the ground where they at? Um, Who? Cause they focus too much on house level. Right. That's the latter seasons they did Mad King. Like when they were focused on the issues, it was good. All right, Copper, you got snow. I got snow in Kansas. Gather, you got snow. We were snowed in for a few in a few. We were snowed in a few days ago. Oh, we snowed in now. We snowed in now, and you all know my greatest concern is those who happen to be homeless in our area because those are the people who always suffer, and we don't find out until it's too late. So yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna stay safe. I'm gonna stay safe. I'm taking an electric heater with me everywhere I go. I got like long ass cord. My battery on my phone be run down. I'm plugging the heater into my phone and just have to charge it up wherever I get. We get 1 and 2, and tomorrow whole state is shut down. King and I gave a few coats out because yeah, Oregon ain't no joke. Right, right, right. You know what? We're gonna have to do. We're gonna do a marathon. We're gonna do a marathon to raise some money for those homeless communities that we can help that we live in. This, and we're gonna have a marathon, and we're gonna centralize, and we're gonna find some kind of way to build a fund up to help those who happen to be homeless and women fleeing from abusive situations. And there's got to be some criteria. I need somebody else to look up what the criteria. It has to be something we can prove and show that women need help. Because I see a lot of women on here this app, needing help and we can help them, but we must have a valid. I'm not giving money to people just because they show some breast. I want us to have a marathon. I want us to build up some kind of financial assistance that we can give in emergency situations, that we don't have to depend on. We need to become them. We need to become us. And I've been doing this by myself. So, hey, I need some help. Somebody who wants to sit down with me and work it out. About 6, 7 of us. 13 is the ideal number because it's 12 and one person and me. I need 12 people that can work with me and understand that the buck stops at me, but I like how we can do this and how we can reach out and help as many people as we can outside of our immediate communities and inside of our communities, because I'm sure there are all kinds of projects that a couple of $100s would go a long way to helping, or emergency funds, like I say, to get people out of a bad situation, or to I in before people got all of my business and got me kicked out the university, I used to put people up in hotels. We used to do that, but then, of course, people had to call the university and start a process. But anyway, it is what it is. So that's what I would like to do. Mad Queen, I I think and I volunteer Biff, and I know my chief of security coming, and I know your husband coming. But we'll work it out. We'll do a Zoom call. I'm a volunteer Rain also. She's gonna help. Yeah, I volunteer Rain also. And then Cam, he can help, but I know Cam has some work obligations. I've been doing this on my own. I would like to link up with you. Shay, okay. We'll work it out. Um, we'll talk about it in another live where we can get all the names of the people who want to do it. And then we'll reach out. We'll do a group call on Zoom. No, we'll do it on my network. We'll do it on my network. It's private. And then we'll work out how we're going to do it and what's a good time for everybody to get together. Because I really And somebody asked me when was I going to recreate the fold. I never, I disbanded the fold, but I never destroyed the fold because the fold lives within inside of me. But hey, who knows? The seeds are being planted, and like the phoenix, it will rise from the mistakes that I made of it in the past, and yeah, we'll do it.